Get ready to feel the power of love and sacrifice as soldiers reunite with their families in these heartwarming moments you won't forget. Haley's husband returned home from his deployment after a long period away, and they both hugged each other very happily. Samara was overjoyed when she received a warm embrace from her husband after 10 long weeks of separation as they reunited after his return from deployment. This soldier finally arrived home from deployment and shocked his entire family, and their reactions were so wonderful, especially his parents, who were overwhelmed with joy. Candace shocked her kids when she returned home from overseas army duty after 9 hard months, making them very happy and excited. Julie's boy came home and surprised her with a wonderful homecoming, and her reaction was truly priceless.
Oh my God!
Bye.
Sean's wife was reunited with him after completing her basic training in AIT, and they both hugged one another, which was very lovely. Candace's boyfriend arrived home and surprised her on Valentine's Day after they had been apart for 6 months since he was on Navy service, and they hugged each other tightly in this wholesome moment. This soldier returned home for Christmas after a year in the Marine Corps, and his family became quite emotional at this lovely reunion. Lauren's Marine son surprised her at school after they had not seen each other in 2 years, and her response was priceless when she saw him. Makala was surprised by her husband after they had not seen each other for 2 years as he was on Marine duty, and the way she hugged him was so lovely. Lindsay's oldest son surprised her for Christmas after serving in the Marine Corps for 8 months, and they both hugged with great emotion, making this wonderful reunion so special. Luke reunited with his wife after his 13-week Army deployment was over, and they both hugged each other so tightly, making it one of the most unforgettable moments of their lives. This Marine soldier finally met his dog again when he returned home from deployment after a long period away. Tony's kids surprised their aunt at the airport when she graduated from the Marines, and the kids were incredibly eager to meet her, and she was just so happy. Mariza's mother surprised her son when he graduated from Marine boot camp, and they both held each other with a lot of love and affection.
You see? Like? Oh, my nana. Yes, nana.
Bella was completely stunned by her son when he suddenly came home from the Marines, and she had missed him so much and was unable to control her tears of joy. Connie was startled by her Marine niece who had returned home after a long time away, and they both hugged each other with much love and excitement.
Good, Connie! You guys are so mean! We're mean? Why are you here? I love it so much! You gotta warn me so I can take a shower.
Star's son returned home for a few days after being away for 9 months after being in the Marine, and he shocked his grandmother with this sweet homecoming.
Oh my! It is so good to see you. Oh, Mom's video.
Kristen surprised her grandmother when she returned home after 3 years of being in the Marines, and they both hugged each other so affectionately, making both of them very emotional. Kate finally met her long-distance partner after 4 years apart, which made both of them quite joyful, and they affectionately hugged each other. Aileen was surprised by her military spouse, who returned home after 7 long months away, and they both hugged each other so excitedly, expressing how much they had missed each other. Amber's son came home and reunited with her for Christmas after a long time apart, and then he surprised his sisters, who hugged him with tons of excitement.
Oh, you suck.
I have napkins.
Alright.
Breer surprised his girlfriend in Chicago, whom he met after a long time apart as he had been in the Marine Corps for the past few months, and they both hugged so excitedly. Nikki's son surprised her mother when he returned home from Navy deployment after a long time, and her reaction was hilarious.
I knew you were home!
Santana reunited with her boyfriend after he returned home from the Marine Corps, and she hugged him so joyfully. Jada returned home from the military and surprised her boyfriend, and they both hugged each other with so much joy. Tija's brother surprised her with an incredible return from the Navy, and she ran and hugged him as soon as she saw him.
I made it.
Alexandria's brother Antonio returned home from the Marine Corps and astonished their mother, and her reaction was so magnificent. Not related to topic. Alyssa's husband was finally reunited with her after he returned home from deployment after 100 days away, and she hugged him so excitedly. This woman surprised her brother, who had returned home after serving in the U.S. Navy for 20 years, and he immediately gave her a big hug. This soldier surprised his spouse after he returned home from duty, and she hugged him with joy, expressing how much she had missed him. This army officer arrived home and surprised his mother, who had been waiting for this wonderful homecoming for a long time, and her reaction when she saw him was priceless. This man who graduated from Navy boot camp was surprised by his friend whom he had not seen for the past 10 years, and they were both very glad to see each other after such a long period apart. Ellie flew half the world's distance and reunited with her Navy boyfriend, hugging him with such excitement and delight. This 53-year-old father finally reunited with his Navy son, whom he had not seen in the last 5 years, and his reaction while holding him was lovely.
What? What are you doing here?
You started leave
How
early.
did you get? Oh my God! So you knew this?
Yeah, I've
Oh
been with
my
him
gosh.
yesterday and this morning.
Oh my Lord! So you're not really here to give me lunch because you love me. You're here.
Michael surprised his mom after he returned home from the Marine Corps, and her reaction was amazing as she was missing him so much, so she gave him an exquisite hug. Micah was finally reunited with her dog, and the dog was so pleased after seeing her after a long time apart, and the happiness of the good boy was indescribable. Kenny's husband finally returned home from military deployment, and the homecoming was very wonderful, especially with his family being so excited for him, and the way they ran and hugged him was adorable. Nat was amazed when she finally reunited with her long-distance partner after he returned home for summer leave from the Marine Corps. Garrett's girlfriend finally reunited with him after she had completed her 3-year deployment in Japan, and their faces were filled with happiness when they saw each other. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this one as well.